Well, one key consideration, Jess, is I'm really excited because when I see that car and how good those lights are, something about our cars and the liveries just look sensational under light. So temperature's dropping, continues to drop, so there's lots of engineering challenges. But let's come back to the driver for a minute, because there are lots of challenges in terms of driving a race car, because sunlight and ambient light all over a circuit is a completely different thing to when you're driving under lights. Now, you know, if you look at a night, and we morph this from nighttime to daytime, the changes actually aren't that great in terms of the circuit and where it goes and all the rest of it. But from the driver's seat, I can tell you they are profoundly different because, I mean, first of all, you use vision as your primary source of doing what you need to do, but there's other sensors you use, right? You use audio, you know, you use your ears, you hear what the engine's doing, the tyres are doing, you feel through the receptors in your body what the gripper's doing. So all those things need to be heightened in the absence of having great vision. So that's really important. A lot of the visual cues disappear. So what are the particular issues? You heard the guy say, Shane Van Gisbergen in particular, it just feels faster. So when we come around, last corner, down onto the straight, third, fourth, fifth gear, you're now doing 270 kilometres an hour. That's 75 metres a second. That's 3/4 of the length of a football field every 1 second. Now, when you take away some of the visual cues you need, it all gets so much harder, and that's why they say it feels faster. And here's a really good example. So we've split the screen here, going down that straight, daytime, nighttime. Now, all the things we take for granted as visual cues, the horizon, fences in the background, the fence here, the track, the lines on the side of the road. Look out here, all of that gone. So everything happens faster. Does that matter? Well, of course it does, because when you're in the driver's seat, you're doing gear changes, you're looking at the competition, steering input, brake bias, all the things you've got to do. So if that's accelerated, much, much easier to make a mistake. Okay, next trouble, driving under lights, is this. Beautiful. We see here the lights here. Queensland, we're in New South Wales. New South Wales government have done a great job, as has Sydney Motorsport Park. So there's effectively 131 new towers, of which 78 are operational. The rest of the void's been filled with some temporary ones. But I've got to say, as we just saw with Lee Holsworth, this is much brighter than I would have thought. This is absolutely brilliant. So looking forward to seeing that. Okay, covert switches inside the car when we look at daytime and nighttime. I just jumped next door into a V8 supercar and there were 38 switches on the dash, levers, switches, buttons and dials, everything from changing your page on the dash down to your helmet fan, drink bottle and everything in between. So when you've got lights flashing across them, it's that much harder to see them. In your road car, remember, when you turn your lights on, all your switches illuminate. That doesn't happen in a race car. Some teams will use a blue light to maybe throw a little bit of soft light across it, but as we all know, you don't like your interior light on when you're driving your car. So distraction is another big issue. Here's your revision mirror. One of the really big issues, see the lights here all around the circuit, and because of the undulating nature of Sydney Motorsport Park, as you go around the place, these lights in your revision mirror look like the car behind you is moving around to have an attack. And I can't tell you, now look up here, there you go. They're actually the lights, right? The overhead lights, but they look like car lights in your revision mirror. And the same thing happens out the side here. And I can't tell you how much of a distraction that is. So the final thing I have seen to get over the issues here this weekend is carrots. Drivers eating carrots. And kids, if you wonder why that is, I don't know about you, I have never ever seen a rabbit with glasses.
That is one of your best points yet, Larko. In fact, I saw Mark Scaife munching on a carrot just a little earlier.
Vegetarian.
Yeah, to help with his night vision.
With my beer.
Certainly going to need it. That was funny. Thanks, Larko.